without rescinding it?
As they passed it, it's been passed, it's been modified. You don't have to rescind. We amend legislation all the time. They can amend this legislation.
Okay, but it's on the, maybe I don't understand that. Please forgive me for wasting time, but if it's on the agenda to be, for the possibility of being rescinded,
But I don't know, it could be also on the agenda, it could be modified.
but that's not what's written on here.
It says reconsideration.
Reconsideration, that's all.
So, would it not have to first, I guess I'm asking what the procedure
I'm
is.
going to take the position, I'm going to wait and see what council does. I have no idea what the council is doing on this legislation. Okay? And react from there. Okay?
All right.
I will tell you that everything that you want is in the codified ordinance book. There's no doubt about it. I agree with Yakov Lieber. Everything is in that book that we can use as a tool. You know, maybe you have to look at it at rescinding it, letting the department doing their job, and coming back. I will tell you as mayor, the housing stock is moving very well. Real estate agents are coming in regularly to speak to us. We're outshining our neighbors, and it's not as bleak as you think it is. We've actually made a turn. There's days we don't have any foreclosures. You're doing it just to let the residents take the responsibility. You can do that, because that's what they want.
Basically, we want to remove it from being voted on in November. We then have the ability to completely remove it, or we can say we want to remove it and reconsider it at a later time. Evaluate it, make changes to it, enhance it based on the way the market is doing today. There's all kinds of things we can do. Once it's removed, we can basically do anything we want.
So this,
The charter, so,
What do you mean?
our charter, once you rescind it, repeal it.
Yeah.
You're saying repeal it.
Yeah.
And take it off.
We can resubmit it in a different format.
Okay. Well,
We can include interior the next time.
I get a publication, I believe, sent to me by the city of South Euclid called the South Euclid Update.
Yes.
Is that in fact a publication that my tax dollars pay for?
Yes.
Yes, okay. You know, over the course of the last, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 issues, there's been an awful lot of writing from council here about pushing through this point of inspection sale, and you in particular, Mo, seem to write quite a lot about it. In fact, sometimes your column says nothing else about anything other than this point of sale. And you know, when I read that from you, it sounds like you're telling me that all I need to do as a buyer or seller of a home in South Euclid is to have this South Euclid inspection, and I'm okay, and I'll have everything cool. But, you know, as I read the law that you had once attempted to push through without letting citizens vote on, you know, I see here in section 141307 under liability, you write, bullet point A, you say the city assumes no liability or responsibility for the failure to report violations that may exist and makes no guarantee whatsoever, since there may be further violations which were not detected, which may arise in the future, or which may only be determined by a licensed electrician, plumber, or other specialist at the expense of basically the homeowner. Bullet point 2 says that in issuing an inspection, the city does not insure, warrant, or guarantee that this certificate contains all of the violations of the City of South Euclid's codified ordinance, state or federal law. Now, you want me to hire you to do a job, but you want absolutely no responsibility for the failure to do it correctly if that in fact happens. Now, that's not the wording that you are putting across to voters when you word your opinion like this in my taxpayer paid for publication. I don't appreciate that. I really think that you need to be straight up when you use tax dollars to make your opinion known to the world here, when the rest of us don't have the same vehicle, even though we pay for it. That's not fair, Mo. And you are misrepresenting what this law actually is, aren't you? No. That's what this says to me. It says, Bob, just get an inspection by South Euclid. You sound to me like the contractor who wants to put a roof on my house but wants no responsibility in case it leaks. What gives? I mean, do you, as a city, do you waste my tax dollars hiring contractors to work on the infrastructure of this city who refuse to guarantee their work?
No.
Good, because you are hiring yourself out by forcing yourself on people and charging them money for a repair that you refuse to guarantee. But you write it in your little thing here as if this is all you need to do. Don't misinform the public with my tax dollars anymore.
There was one question they asked Jeff, I forget who it was, but someone wanted to know the price tag. Well, maybe you could share with them what,
Small details.
how much was the price
I
tag?
think was
Approximately.
89,000, and it was, as far as I know, I think, and that
That covers all three.
That
covers everything. That was turnkey.
All three parks, community center.
You guys already did invest into a site survey, a site assessment. That was already paid for. So you've already, made that first step into it. And I think that, I don't know if funding was approved, I think, for this already. But
the reason why we did it in the fall was so that people could enjoy the older playground, which was falling apart. There were bees and there were other issues there. But the reason why we did it in the fall was that if we had to use it in the spring, if we had to make improvements until we opened in the spring, that it would impact as little people as possible.